Gemini, welcome to your January reading. So we're going to be focused on the 1st through the 10th, as you can see by the title. So your focus for this month is water. Alright, so I feel like you're going to be healing a lot of relationships. I also feel like there's going to be a significant amount of emotional ties that you have to people or connecting with people. You may be visiting more people more than usual. And you could be having a little bit more emphasis and focus on your spirituality or just your peace of mind, okay? Alright, so let's just go ahead and get started. Okay, that came out quick. Strength, okay? So you're focused on your health during this time. That's the energy that we're getting for the bottom of the deck. So we have strength here. There also could be a Leo around you, but I think it's more tied to your health, okay? Alright, so we're starting off with the Hangman in reverse. I kind of feel like maybe you had been too spiritual. Let me not say it like that. Maybe you had been too focused on the spiritual realm and you had lost touch with the 3D. And I think at this time you're kind of like centering yourself and you're coming back down to earth. You also could have just been like smoking a lot lately and like just been up in the ethers. Or you could have been just super like in your own world, and now you're coming back down to earth, focusing on things that are a little bit more related to earth, you know, like your job or something like that. So you could be actively making movements now in order to see progression in the earthly realm. Next we have the 8 of Cups here. So I'm seeing that you are alone, like you're to yourself. I think for whatever reason you had in the past pushed some people away, and now you're having to deal with the remnants of that. Like you cut some people off and now you have to deal with, like, you know, not being around those people. And I think it's just something different for you. I don't think you can't handle it. I think it just feels different for you to be going through this right now. And then we have 2 of Wands in reverse. So you're not limited. You have freedom to do whatever you want to do right now. I think that feels weird to you. Like maybe you're a person who you had a family, or you were in a relationship and you were always around this person, and maybe you guys are not together anymore. And so now you're in a situation where you have all the freedom in the world to go do whatever you want to do, go hang out with whoever you want to, but you kind of have lost touch with a lot of people that you feel comfortable enough to do that with. So I think that's kind of where you're at this time. So let's just go dig a little bit deeper into what's going on. Now I'm starting to feel like this has a lot to do with your ego, like your identity as to who you are in this world. You're really trying to figure that out as of now, Gemini. So let's see why the Hangman is in reverse. What are you coming back down to earth for? The Sun. Okay, so it could be for Leo. It also could be for something that you really find joy in. But it also could just be saying that you're trying to come back down to figure out who you are on earth. Like I said, your ego, your identity in this realm. And you know, people say a lot of things about ego. I personally believe ego is your friend, you know, if you know how to use it correctly. Now, I am someone who has a lot of placements within Leo, including my sun sign. So I do believe that the ego has a lot to do with who you are and how you execute your spirituality and how you execute all of those things that are very important. You know what I'm saying? It's like you're here for a reason and you're in the 3D. So don't be afraid to tap into your ego. Just don't let your ego take over. And remember, you are not your ego, okay? So I see you coming back down to earth to figure out who you are. You really want to have a better understanding of that. But I feel like the reason you're doing this is still in connection with your spirituality. So you're doing it for a good reason. You're being one of those people who's understanding who they are, not for just, you know, to try to be the top dog, but to really know what they're here for. What are they doing here on earth? So I commend you for that, Gemini. Now, 8 of Cups is here. Let's see why you're feeling like this. I feel like you're feeling really lonely, even if you're around people physically. It's kind of like if you're in a club and there's all these people, but for whatever reason you're just like not feeling the club vibe anymore, the club scene, and you're like, what am I doing here type of thing. I really see you kind of looking around like, why am I here? It could be a party or a gathering, a kickback, you know. I feel like there's a lot of reasons why you feel this way though. It's not just one particular thing. Yeah, we got a lot of cards that came out. Alright, so the first reason we have is the 8 of Pentacles. So I feel like you're starting to really pay attention to what you're putting your time into and what you're investing your energy into. And I feel like at this time, you want to put things into action that you care about. So this could be your family, this could be your children, this could be wanting to start a family or wanting to pass down knowledge. Like, you don't want to just be somebody who doesn't have any knowledge to pass down to the future generations. And I think for whatever reason now, it's starting to kick in that you care about things like that. You want to start to build that foundation for yourself. We also have the Ten of Pentacles. I feel like you do want to start a family. You know what I mean? You want to settle down. You want to have security. It could even be financially. And then we have the Seven of Pentacles here too. So it looks like you definitely are focused on, let's see, like your health and how you're dictating your time and like what you're doing with your time. You want to spend it wisely. It just looks like you're growing up. Like, you're really seeing like life is more than just partying, or life is more than just chilling. Like, you want to do more with yourself. The world is here. You're on a new chapter of life. Like, you've grown. You could have even just gotten older, like mentally, or I don't know. It's like in the past few days or the past few months, you've been feeling like, what am I doing in my life? I want to do more. How can I do more with myself? And it's showing up here. And then you also have the Ace of Cups here. And this Ace of Cups energy is very, very important. I definitely feel like it's stemming from the desire to have peace of mind and to be around people that you feel comfortable with. You know what I'm saying? Like, you want to have solid individuals around you that keep you happy, that keep that negative energy away. You don't want to like deal with any mess or anything like that. So you're really trying to figure out how to rinse away the dirt that's in your life. You understand? So let's go ahead and move on to the Two of Wands. So why are you so free now? What is this freedom energy that I'm seeing here? It's like you're free, but you're like afraid to be free almost. All right, so you have the Three of Cups here. So you're free, but now you don't know who to spend time with. Now you're like, well, dang, like, where all my friends go? Like, who am I supposed to hang out with? Especially if your friends are the type of people that you feel like keep you back or hold you back. You're like, well, who the hell am I supposed to hang out with? So let's see who you should be around this time of January. All right, so we have the High Priestess. So whoever you know, like in your heart of hearts, you know this person is trying or doing their best to become better. And I truly mean somebody who's really dedicated to becoming a better them. That's who you need to be around, okay? Somebody who's also very spiritual or like has a very intuitive nature, okay? Now let's go ahead and see how you're showing up versus them. Okay, so there's a lot of cards coming up. I feel like you have just so many emotions and feelings about how you're showing up. So you're showing up as Torment in the Chariot. So you're in this phase where you're really changing. It just feels really, really strange, okay? So don't be afraid of that change. Change is needed and change is important, you know, but it, you know, sometimes it feels scary to go through. But you are changing, and I think people can see that. It's a rapid change, okay? But you're turning into a better perspective of your own self. Now let's see how this other person... We have Mother of Water. So this other person around you that you should be around, like I said, they're very intuitive. I think they're very optimistic. And it's almost like they just understand people. They're really empathetic. So I think that's a really good person to be around during this time. It'll help you kind of transition spiritually. I think they're just really into that, and so it works. Yeah, that's the beginning of your January. If you want to join me for the middle of your January reading, you can subscribe to the channel, hit that notification bell, and yeah, I'll see you there. Bye.